Hello everyone and welcome back to the Boise State's esports arena. You're watching our coverage of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate NACE Star League semifinals. It's going to be a thrilling match as this is only the top 2 people before going on to the finals. My name is Audrey Norris and I am joined by Noah Guadara to catch all the action tonight. How are you doing, Noah?
I'm doing fantastic. I cannot wait to see some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I should say, and I'm always excited to watch our fantastic Boise State Super Smash Bros. Team play.
Speaking of the team, who do you think is going to make the most impact tonight for this series?
Well, I think it depends on who Boise State's going to be starting, just because we've seen throughout the weeks and all these crew battles, sometimes it's only like 1 or 2 players. But I think if Boise State is going to start with 1 player, it's going to be Diggle. Diggle, I believe, is the Captain Falcon player. The People's Knee, we've already seen the legendary just 24-0 sweeps in these best of 3 crew battles. And I think that's going to be the difference maker. And I think that Boise State should pull them out first.
Yeah, and of course, if Boise State wants to secure their semifinals tonight, they're going to want to follow Doc's keys to the games. In Super Smash Bros., it is to punish openings, look for the 2-frame, and we're just going to skip right ahead, though, into the match. It is Boise State versus Jamestown, and as you talked about, Noah, we are going right in with the Captain Falcon there. And it looks like, although he is one of the better players on the team, he's already at a disadvantage against Bowser.
Captain Falcon versus a heavy character like Bowser. It's going to be an uphill battle. Can't really knock him off the map, especially from the middle of the stage. However, the Jimmies are taking quite a bit of a beating, but so is this Captain Falcon. We will see who gets the first stock. This could go either way.
Yeah, Bowser was already able to launch Captain Falcon off the side of the stage there. He is at 103%, and although he's a heavy character, it's a pretty dangerous place to be against a Captain Falcon, as we can already see Boise State is knocking as many percentage points up there as they possibly can. Oh!
Yeah, and I think that Captain Falcon really is the kind of character that you're like, do you have the audacity to try and exist right next to me? And when you're 150% even if you're Bowser, you're starting to feel that. But this Bowser is getting quite a good bit of damage onto this Captain Falcon. However, this Bowser is so low. It looks like both of these players are just playing it very slow. And actually, the Jimmies are getting quite a bit of damage on this Captain Falcon. Kind of a slow start for Boise State.
Yeah, Bowser manages to get his grab attack off, putting Captain Falcon at 100%, which is a dangerous roll. Now 120%. He's now launchable. They're both in very dangerous states now, as Captain Falcon is trying to punch him off the side and does manage to do it. However, he took 120% to get Bowser's first stock there. It's going to be very dangerous for him from here on out.
So this is a crew battle, so if either of these characters fall, it's not the end of the world for either team. Just the next player comes in with the next character. You also cannot repeat characters, so that kind of adds a little bit of spice to it. And right now, it looks like we kind of have an even battle, but the Falcon... Oh, never mind, the Captain Falcon's just getting roasted. Not what you want to see on the side of the Broncos. And now we just have damage going back and forth. However, this Bowser is getting the better of the trade so far. Will recover on this ledge, won't get anything.
Ooh.
And that's just a... No, it's not a KO yet, but that is...
He just barely managed to save it. Boise State isn't out yet, but they are 1 hit away. This Bowser just needs to land 1 solid hit near the edge, and they're going to head out of there. Once again, just barely saving it, being careful on the recovery here. Bowser's at 97%. Captain Falcon just has to get a couple punches in and knock him off and get the next stock. Now, it's not the end of the road yet, though. He still has 1 more stock to take from this Bowser.
This would be a tall task, but if somebody can do it, it would be Diggle. It would be this Captain Falcon. It would be the People's Knee. The Bowser is spinning, not finding anything. 70%. These percentages are going up on both sides. So far, this Captain Falcon has to play so safe, otherwise this Bowser is just going to slam him and knock him out. And this is so dangerous for either side. And oh my God, he does it! it.
Well done there. Wow, that was a crazy match there. I was not expecting that there. Like statistically, or at least just as we've seen in previous games, that Captain Falcon normally just takes out his first opponent there, but that Bowser was not having any of it. However, he did manage to pull through there.
Yeah, that was crazy. He just slammed him out of the stage. And actually, you could hear the Boise State Super Smash Bros. Players just pop off, and you could actually see Diggle pop off and just like go across the couch.
He was so excited, yeah. Oh my gosh. And as we were cut off a little bit earlier, we're going to go back to Doc's keys in the game. So as I was talking about previously, in Super Smash Bros, you need to punish openings, look for the tomb frame, win in neutral, and don't forget to taunt. Smash Bros is about the openings and opportunities, and it's very important to keep that in mind. And as we all know, Doc's keys of the games are sponsored by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes in both free and paid entry events and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you.
So we actually see the rules here, as I was mentioning earlier. 10-minute time limit, but I don't really think anyone's ever going to reach that.
Normally.
But it is best of 3, so if one team loses all their stocks, 12 stocks, because 4 times 3, then you just go on. The winning victorious team gets a point. This is a best of 3 in the semifinals. Winner goes on to the divisional finals.
Yeah, versus, I believe, Texas Wesleyan if they go.
Yeah, I don't remember. However, Boise State in this matchup is 6-1. Jamestown is 3-4. So Boise State definitely, just looking at the record, is the stronger contender here.
And they have gone against every single team previously, so it's not the first time that they've fought Jamestown. So they have previously gotten a win against them, because the one loss that Boise State has is to Guam due to a forfeit. So currently, it looks like as long as Boise State is able to keep it up, they should be able to win this. However, as we saw in that first match, they are definitely not a team to underestimate, as that Bowser was pretty nasty there throwing Captain Falcon around.
Yeah, it seemed like the Captain Falcon kind of lost a lot of that tempo. And it really took Diggle kind of a lot of that match to really find the rhythm and kind of match this Captain Bowser to be able to sort of neutralize.
Bowser.
Oh, Captain.
Nah, I like it. Bowser.
Captain Falcon versus Captain Bowser. Yeah, I get
Give him a little pirate hat.
Yeah, but no, I think it Diggle just had to find his rhythm.
Yeah, it kind of felt like that. You know, at the very end there, when he was on one stock and had to get Bowser all the way from 0 up to launchable percentages, he was not touched after that. I just, like, when I was watching, I kind of was like, oh, there it is. That's what I remember with Diggle, because he's just so intense normally. And so I think that Bowser really caught him off guard. You're right there. It was just quite the warm-up match.
And we actually kind of have a battle of the heavy punches here. And so, yep, and this is just the crew battle rules, because Captain Falcon was only left with 1 stock. So the stock reset.
Yeah, for those who aren't aware, that is how that works. Once you're out, you're out. But however many stocks you have left from your last match, you have to get rid of. So Captain Falcon is starting at quite the uphill battle in the battle of the punches, as previously stated. And so far, he's got a solid lead there against Little Mac.
Yeah, but the issue with Little Mac is that he hits really hard, so if he actually finds contact like he has been, he can get your percentages up very quickly. But Captain Falcon can do that too. The disadvantage with Little Mac is that he has so little recovery. So if this Captain Falcon finds an opportunity, this Little Mac is not getting back on this stage.
Oh yeah, and as we can see, they're both kind of shielding and dodging and trying to keep each other off their toes. Little Mac has launched Captain Falcon off the stage quite a few times, but he's been able to recover. However, Captain Falcon's going to want to watch out, because Little Mac is near KO, which is now going to give him, if he can recover there, which he is able to, it's going to make his next attack that he hits him powerful enough to knock him off the stage there, as we see, allowing Jamestown to get the win without losing any stocks, keeping them even now.
That's kind of what happens when you only have 1 stock left. If mistakes happen, or if the other opponent just finds an opening, then that stock is just lost. So now Boise State will go on to their next player. It will be Little Mac versus some other character cannot beat Captain Falcon.
Yeah, there could be quite a few. I've seen, let's see, we've seen DDD,
we've seen DDD, Sephiroth. I'm trying to think. We'll have to see who's coming up next.
Kirby, I think, is one character.
Kirby?
I can't remember if it was us or the other team, but I've seen Kirby in one of our matches. Who would you want to see?
I want to see the Sephiroth.
You want to see the Sephiroth?
I want to see the Sephiroth.
I mean, he's a lot of fun to watch. He has a lot of really good moves.
He just slices you up. I mean, like, what more do you want?
He's got very long range. He's got the great hair, the just fun abilities. He's a lot of fun to watch, but he's really annoying to play against. He would be pretty bad for Little Mac to deal with, just because Little Mac does not have the same range, and so Sephiroth could definitely outrange him there. And it would be, but Little Mac could also have a good advantage against him, since Sephiroth, despite being one of the tallest characters in the game, is very light. So
it's very light, yes.
It could end up benefiting Little Mac when he gets his KO.
Yeah, a little physics lesson to anyone who's watching the stream. So P equals MV. If there is an impulse, change in momentum, mass times velocity. So if your mass is smaller, that velocity has to be bigger for the same amount of momentum. Basically, what I'm trying to say is if you're light, Little Mac is going to send you to the moon.
Oh, yeah. No, Little Mac looks at light characters and he laughs as he eats them for breakfast. He is a very powerful character. He's pretty sturdy. The only way to really deal with him properly is to just get him off the map to a point where he can't recover. Because as long as you get him to like a point where he can't use his up B, he's not really going to be able to do much. So as long as you can get him out of that range, you're going to win the stocks.
I really don't think that anybody from Boise State, obviously you don't ever want to be in range of Lil Mac unless you like have to get in range. But if you're like playing Sephiroth or another ranged character, I don't think anyone for the Broncos is going to let the Jimmies get that close to them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because there's a lot of different characters that could be a good counter. Are there any other characters you'd want to see as well against Little Mac?
Maybe like, I don't know, Fox or something. Just somebody can shoot with a little laser pistol.
Ability,
little ranged pistol. Even if it doesn't do it. Yeah, maybe Link or something. I mean, the charge up on the bow is very easily dodged. But, it's always fun to just, like, spam that bow because when you hit somebody, like, 4 times, even though it doesn't do that much damage, it always tilts them. It always tilts them. Yeah,
funny story about that. I was playing Smash Bros. Tuesday. I was playing Smash Bros. It was actually technically Wednesday because it was midnight when we started playing, which means it was actually Wednesday. We were playing Smash Bros. And we did we just were like, you know what, let's have some fun. So we all put ourselves on random. One of my friends got Toon Link. And so he just sat there and was just with the bow and went pew, 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 just over and over.
And were you getting frustrated?
Yeah, over time, everyone was just losing it. I mean, it was like 2 a.m., so like 12 to 2, we were tired, delirious. So for a while, we were just laughing, but over time, it became really frustrating. And it looks like, though, with the end of that story, we're getting in, and it's going to be Mario, who does actually have some ranged abilities.
Yeah, Mario has those fireballs, stuff like that. And actually is looking like a very dapper gentleman. So I actually believe this is Mario Sice on the Mario here. So very aptly named character with the player. We just see the water cannon coming out.
Yeah, trying to assess their opponents right now as Mario gets the first hit in there with the Fire Blast. Little Mac tries to grab him, but is able to catch him out of the shield and get a solid combo in. Ooh, but a perfect parry there prevented Mario from actually being able to get any hits on. Oh, he's probably going to go off the side there. Wait for the recovery. This Little Mac really likes to stay near the middle if he can.
Oh no!
Dodge!
Get juked!
Oh, man.
And see, that's the way to counter Little Mac. You just don't even have to, like...
Oh, no!
Yeah, you don't even have to contend with the Little Mac if you can just get him off the stage where he cannot recover.
Yeah, as Mario tried to knock him off there. Ooh, tried to also go for a counter, but Little Mac was not having any of it. He's just patiently waiting for his chance. Mario is currently at 67, now 88%. Not quite in launchable range, but it's a lot higher than Little Mac. Yeah, 108 now. Actually, he is now in launchable territory as he, almost went out there. He was lucky he was low enough that wasn't going to actually knock him out, but he's very close.
This Little Mac is just trying to get those ledge recovers. 1 out of 2 will be successful.
Oh my gosh, Mario Mario used his ability that allows him to change the direction of an attack to cause Little Mac to go the opposite direction of the arena, losing him the next stock, which of course he wasn't appreciative of, so he launched Mario off the stage. However, it is 2-1. With Little Mac at a heavy disadvantage to this Mario's jukes and outplays right now.
Yeah, this Mario says, I don't even have to get your percentages up. I'll just make sure that you go the wrong direction. Charging up the water cannon. This Little Mac, it just keeps on spamming the attack button, trying to find a charged up ability. This is a KO.
No!
And it happens for a third time!
The mind games were out in this one, huh? Oh my gosh, who cares about the ranged in this one? All you needed was to just trick him off the side there.
Mario Sice indeed. My goodness. All three of those stocks were just like some ledge wizardry.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so it was funny when I saw Mario appear, like he's just not a pick that I see that often or play with that often. So it was really funny because I was like, okay, how's this gonna go? I never thought I'd see someone pull off the cape so well there. That was so nasty, but so good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that Mario, Mamma mia, that was excellent. That was a spicy meatball.
It was so good. Oh, man, that Little Mac really tried to stay away from the ledges too, but that was just another credit to our Mario player there. He was able to get him into situations where he knocked him close enough to the edge and then was able to trick him in some way or just get him in a spot where all he could do was attempt the recovery and just didn't go where he wanted.
Yeah, and Little Mac's recovery, as we've stated previously,
doesn't work.
I wouldn't say it doesn't work. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, what is Little Mac's recovery? You get off the side of the arena.
You just got to punch.
You just hope, or you just watch yourself fall off the edge. As someone who likes playing Little Mac, I know the feeling of just watching as you plummet because someone decided it would be really cool if you took a little trip off the side there.
Yeah, it needs to improve his cardiovascular fitness to be able to get onto the ledge faster. Needs to be chased by the coach on the bike a little bit more.
Maybe if he was in his workout outfit, he would have done a little bit better because he was practicing.
He needs to be listening to those jams. You know, I don't want to sing it because I cannot sing, but anyway, needs to go against what are some of the Punch-Out characters? There's like.
Oh, it's been so long since I played that game. They all got really cheesy names.
Really cheesy names. There's like a Russian guy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
lot of characters.
Isn't Mike Tyson the final boss?
Mike Tyson is the final boss. But luckily, we don't have time to try and figure that out. If you want to play Punch-Out, go play Punch-Out. However, we're getting into the next match, and Jamestown has brought out Cloud. As we reset the game, Mario's going to reset down to 2 stocks as they both prepare for the altercation. Cloud is an interesting pick, but he will be pretty potent against Mario if he's not careful, since he's got a good mix of ranged and melee attacks. And if you let him get his limit, it's not going to end well for you.
Yeah, you don't want to get into the contact range of that limit breaker, because that is not what you want to see. Cloud has a very big sword, probably hurts quite a lot, is slicing up this Mario, just kind of a bit of poke damage. So far, it's not that much, but this Mario is taking a significant amount at this point. His limit is almost charged up.
Ooh, toadstooled the Mario there. A little sad that happens on stage, but you know what works. Cloud was able to hit him with a up attack there, tried to get him, but the shield was up. Mario is playing it carefully. Unfortunately, he does get launched into the air as Cloud tries to ledge guard him.
Ledge guarding will not be successful. This Cloud almost has limit charge. Ooh. Limit is charged. We'll see what this Cloud can do with it. And his limit is just disappeared.
Yeah, now he's back at 0%. He's going to have to, well, not at 0, but he's going to have to work up to it again. We're now at even percentages. Not quite launchable for either side, but it could go either way right now. Mario is focusing right now, just trying to get the best options there, but unfortunately the Cloud combo did come out, putting him at 100% there now. He's now in a dangerous zone. He's still got a little bit to go before he can launch Cloud, as Cloud is a bit heavier than Mario.
This Mario is just spinning this Cloud, and again, about even percentages. Nice shield coming through for the Mario. And this Mario will just get launched. Will not actually get KO'd quite yet, but now this is a limit. And the limit... Yeah, and this Mario just loses the stock.
Yeah, unfortunately, the recovery did not succeed there, and Cloud was able to get limit break off. However, Mario is back, trying to keep him off the ledge. Throws him off, but he isn't quite successful, as Cloud is now just giving a barrage of attacks, keeping him away and keeping him off his toes as Mario has to go back on the defensive. And as I say, that launches Cloud into the air. Oh, but the limit break. Oh, Mario is now at a much higher percentages than he would like with his last stock to Cloud's 3.
Yeah, it looks like this might be Mario's final fantasy of surviving in this game. And as my co-host here gives me a dirty look, it actually will be a stock taken off of this Cloud, and this Mario is at 80%. And we'll see if Mario can pull off a miracle here, but right now it looks like this is pretty Cloud favored.
Yeah, Cloud is just backing off. He's taking a lot of percentages, but the 2 stocks to 1 stocks doesn't really matter right now. All he has to do is wait out the Mario and get the attacks he needs in. So they're just dodging back and forth right now. Mario tries to launch him up, which had an interesting effect on Cloud's upward attack as well. Ooh, launches him off the side. Tries to send a fireball his way, but it doesn't really hit. Just kind of dancing right now. Not getting a ton of attacks in.
Just some poke damage coming out from both sides, about 80%.
Oh!
Oh! This Mario with the ledges! Stay away from the ledges! The Jimmies do not learn their lesson. That is what, the 4th ledge play now?
Yeah, bad recovery there from Cloud, allowing Mario to just keep him away as it's now a little bit more even. Mario has to be very careful though, as he is in launchable zones for this Cloud. And so if he can't manage to come back, like get enough percentages on the Cloud, it's still very heavily in this Cloud's favor right now.
And remember, the percentages reset regardless of the stock if you survive, so you can really grind up this percentage if you were confident that you were going to win the round. However, with this Mario at 150%, the Cloud and the limit breaker is actually dodged. However, this Mario is so low, and it will not happen.
Yeah, unfortunately for Mario, he was just too high percentage-wise to really come back from that. However, he did bring the Cloud down to 1 stock, so it's going to be still pretty good for Boise State. They still have a really good chance. They do have more stocks left after all, and so it should be, like, they've got 2, let's see. Yeah, both teams have 2 players, but Cloud is at 1 stock versus Boise State's new player is going to be at 3 stocks in total. So Boise State still has a pretty good chance as long as this Cloud doesn't, like, sweep whoever's coming next.
Yeah, at this point, if you're the Broncos, you're thinking maybe just like try to trade 1 for 1 or something like that. Just try to get those percentages in, get those KOs. Nothing too fancy, like just play the numerical game, obviously. Or you can just try to play your best game or A game. Obviously, you always want to play your A game if you're either side, the Jimmies or the Boise State. However, at this point, when those stocks start getting pretty low, there's less leeway. There's less room for error, and you kind of have to be playing a bit more conservatively. But, maybe we see some crazy kind of play happen. I would argue.
I mean, we've already seen a couple, so like, who knows at this point, right?
I mean, and this is only the first set. This isn't only the first kind of match in this series. If one team wins, again, it's a reset on the stocks, and then it could be potentially 2 more after that.
Yeah, with how close right now these 2 teams are, it could definitely be devastating either way for this win. However, it is not impossible for them to come back from this. Speaking of that, though, it is Cloud versus a new character, so who do you want to see next? Do you think it's going to be King DDD, or is it going to be someone else? King DDD tends to come in as their like second to last player from what I've seen before.
Well,
so.
It doesn't look like Leia Dog's in, so we probably will not have the King DDD.
Unfortunate. But who else do you think we might see?
I'm trying to think who else we haven't seen. Maybe the Sephiroth? I don't know.
Maybe the Sephiroth? Back to the Sephiroth?
Sephiroth? Maybe. I don't know if they could give me a thumbs up or something in the background, but I don't know.
They're very focused right now.
They're very focused. I don't want to disturb them. They're going to keep us in the dark until we see it, until we actually get into the game. However, as for characters, I would like to see the Sephiroth. I would like to, I mean, just go back to basics. Go back to fundamentals.
Hey, Cloud versus Sephiroth, it's always fun to see that happen.
Yeah, but we know how that one ends.
It's true, but still, it's always fun.
Maybe it was like Sephiroth versus Tifa or some, or not Tifa. What's her? Is it Tifa? Who's the Final Fantasy VII character that gets like stabbed? Is that? It's not Tifa.
I haven't played enough to remember the name. I know who you're talking about. I just totally forgot the name.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah,
but
if anyone is watching the Twitch chat, you can go laugh at us and tell us that we don't know our games. I certainly don't.
We're talking. We went from talking about old retro games to now like more modern games, and we're just like all over the place. But that's fine.
Is Final Fantasy VII modern?
More modern than Punch-Out.
I suppose that's true. It is like a 3D game, even if the characters look like a bunch of polygons.
Oh, we love old 3D modeling. As someone who does a lot of that art, totally doesn't hurt. But
Listen, back then you only had what, like
you didn't have enough
28,
storage.
256 kilobytes of RAM.
You do what you gotta do, man. You know, it's fine. But I will say, we've gotten a lot farther, and now we get to see these characters in glorious upgraded graphics, and so it's a lot of fun to see what they're gonna go. But it looks like, oh, it's Ken. I haven't actually seen BSU play Ken yet, but this will be a fun matchup as Cloud is a sword wielder, and Ken uses his fists because he's more karate-based, and so it'll be interesting to see this matchup.
Yeah, while this Cloud was getting these KOs, Ken studied the fist, and now he is ready to, you know, try to punch versus a sword. I don't know if you should bring a fist to a sword fight.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Well, so far, Cloud is able to get the first hit in there. Ken throws out a Shoryuken, but it's not really landing as Cloud is just expertly dodging. However, BSU is returning in kind with a lot of solid shield play. Cloud does manage to get another hit in. Boise State is now at 40% to Cloud's 0%. They're going to have to try and get close the distance, but Cloud really isn't letting them there. He's just controlling the space as much as possible.
That's the thing about these kind of characters that you don't want to try and kick and punch. If you just have a character that can like swing their sword, kind of, you know, spam out these abilities, then it really lessens your impact on trying. But actually, as I say that, it looks like this Cloud actually is taking long. We'll have the limit break. And actually, we'll do quite a bit of damage to this Ken. However, this Ken is not KO'd quite yet. We'll do the spin kick. We'll spam it out. We'll only find one. Nice dodge. But this is a lot of spam damage that this Ken is taking. This might actually be a KO very soon. Is able to recover, but this limit is being charged up. And now this Cloud is looking for lethal.
Oh, yeah. Ken is in a very dangerous spot. He's a heavier character, but he's still not exempt from anything that Cloud can punch out, especially with Cloud being so low. He's now charging up his limit. He's super close. He's now got it. If BSU gets hit by that, it is going to be game over for at least this stock. And Ken knows that, so he expertly shields there, preventing him from taking the attack and getting a nice percentage boost there on the Cloud. He's now in also dangerous territory, as Ken does hit pretty hard when he does manage to land his hits.
Ken, maybe a secondary Street Fighter character, but he wants to play like the main character versus this Cloud, who is the main character. It's the battle of the protagonists who will be successful. And it looks like neither side will get KO'd, actually. This will be a ledge recovery and actually just immediately KOs this Ken, but now this Cloud actually has a limit break ready. Will actually get it. Only does 30%, but now this Cloud is getting very high in the percentages.
Oh. Well done from Ken, though. He timed his attack there and was able to get a solid uppercut, launching Ken out of the arena. However, not without losing one stock here. BSU is still up, but it's not the safest place for them to be as they go into the last player for Jamestown, who is going to have all three stocks when they get in here.
We'll have all three stocks. However, they can, I believe, only lost one, right?
Yeah, he only lost one. So it's going to be a 2-3, but depending on the type of character, as we saw, this Ken really struggled with a slightly longer range character. Could be kind of nasty for them if they're not careful.
Yeah. And so Season Curly's on that Ken was actually able to, you know, take out that Cloud. So that's a little bit of a Avengers level threat taken down. Was kind of giving the Broncos a little bit of trouble. And now I am very curious to see who the Jimmies pull out for their final character in this set.
Yeah, who would you want to see? Like, not even thinking about, like, what would be, like, good or bad, just who do you want to see? Do you want to see Sephiroth on the other side?
No. You know what I want to see? I want to see a canonical battle. I want to see, was it Ryu or who's the Street Fighter character that, like, Ken's the rival?
Yeah, no, you're thinking of the right guy, yeah.
It is Ryu? The Hadouken versus the Shoryuken?
Yeah, they're mirror characters too, so that'd be interesting because one thing about Smash Bros. That can be kind of funny is that there are certain characters that are mirror characters, so essentially how they work is that they have the same exact moveset with slightly different variations. So a good example of that is Samus and Dark Samus. They have the same kit, it's just that the way that they use that kit is different, and Ryu and Ken are the same way. Ryu and Ken have the same kit. The difference is, of course, some of their shouts, as you said. They say different things when they use their little fire blast at someone, but Ken is also a little bit faster than Ryu, if I remember correctly. I don't remember which one is faster, but I do remember one of them is faster than the other, and I believe that is Ken. So
I believe it is Ken. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, though. I don't think we're going to see the Ryu. I would be very surprised if we did.
We get another arcade classic battle.
Arcade classic, yeah. I don't know. Trying to think. Yeah, maybe just like a ranged character, maybe Sephiroth. Maybe.
We talked about Link earlier.
Link, yeah, Link
Little
just
Pew.
Pew. Or maybe we're gonna see more punch characters. I don't know. Like how many punch characters Super Smash Bros.
There's a couple, not a
There's
ton.
quite a few.
Like there's not like a ton of good ones, but they're around. And I think the only problem with them is that, as we've seen previously, they really do get outranged by those characters with a sword, because a lot of the sword characters just look at them and go, that's a very nice fist you have there, but my sword is twice the length. And so anytime you try to get near me, you're just not going to land an attack, because that's the unfortunate thing about Smash Bros. You might get the attack off first, but if someone hits you with their attack before you complete your attack, you're not going to get the percentages, which is so aggravating sometimes if you have a good setup. I personally have had that happen
So what
too.
you're saying is that you need to hit them before they hit you.
Yes, make sure
regardless
that you hit
of how that happens.
Yeah, just make sure you're landing your hits. As long as you land the hits, you should be fine.
So let's go over some. These are Noah's keys to the game. These are not Doc's keys.
Oh,
Mr. Game & Watch.
Game & Watch, another. We keep talking about the older games, and we've got Game & Watch now. He's an interesting character. We're going to reset for Boise State, 3-2. This is Jimmy's last character. He's going to be an interesting match, as Game & Watch is a lot of just random things from his game, but he does have some pretty deadly stuff if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, Game & Watch, that character looks so jank, like I can't understand anything that happens whenever I see that character be played just because of the animation.
He's a little brain-breaking to watch because there's not a lot of frames in his animations, so he always kind of looks like he's in slow motion.
Yeah, that also sucks if you're like trying to predict the hitbox. Bomb comes out, and now, but actually the Game & Watch does have the higher percentage here.
Yeah.
Actually, that bomb will get canceled, and now 80% versus 40%.
Oh, perfect parry though. He's got to be careful of that. Ooh, nice launch there from the Game & Watch. Ken is having a much better matchup already, as Game & Watch is another relatively close-range character with a couple gimmicks that he's got to be careful of. So far, though, he did manage to launch him, as Game & Watch is a very light character, so that 100% area that Ken just brought him to is the danger zone that we're looking for.
And that was an uppercut. The Ken is blocking out. The Shoryuken comes through. This Game & Watch actually is getting a nice amount of poke damage, but this light character and the amount of damage that this Ken is able to do with so few attacks, it makes this Game & Watch kind of have an uphill battle if they're going to try and take out this Ken.
Yeah, Ken is now at 94%, just kind of stalling, waiting for time, and throwing him off the arena. Tries to go for the ledge prevention, but Game & Watch was just a little too high, as he now is able to launch Ken off the screen there. Again, going for another ledge protect. Ooh, he does manage to launch him off the side, but Ken was not close enough to actually get the KO on him. We're now at 130% on Ken. He's in very dangerous territory. Ooh, and gets hit by the stun attack, just barely dodging that. That could have been horrible for him. Game & Watch now playing it more carefully.
Yeah, Ken forgot that he is not playing whack-a-mole. And now at 150%. Whoa, and both these characters got knocked out. Well, not knocked out. Well, yes, knocked out. Okay, as I speak.
A little bit of a reset here.
Yeah, reset, final stop. Both of these teams. However, Boise State, remember, has a one-character advantage, so this Game & Watch is now fighting for the life of the first set for the Jimmies here. Can Jamestown actually pull off the miracle upset for this first set?
Ooh, they're trying their best.
They're trying their
Managed to get
best.
some percentages off on the Ken, though it's definitely an uphill battle right now. 80% to 23% as Boise State is just biding their time, taking careful actions as Game & Watch tries their best to land any hits.
And now this Game & Watch is kind of playing a bit safer, kind of launching up, kind of going down, kind of just doing
nice
some basic
combo.
abilities. Yeah, nice combos, getting quite a bit of poke damage coming out. Will not actually launch the Ken, will bomb, set that Ken on
he
fire,
got him again.
get whack-a-moled, and now this Ken is actually at 100%. Will this be a reset possible? It actually will be with the uppercut, but now this Game & Watch has the advantage coming in terms of percentages. Can the Game & Watch make it happen?
Oh, that was, okay, so that was a little hard to watch there, but it looks like the Gaming Watch tried to go in for an attack, but Ken managed to land his as well, launching both of them, but unfortunately because Game & Watch had the higher percentage, he was knocked out of the arena, giving Boise State the first win of the night.
What just happened?
I don't know.
That was very confusing. For a second there, I thought it was the King that got knocked out, but then I see Game & Watch. It seemed like Game & Watch was going down, the Ken was going up, and then the Game & Watch got launched up, and then somehow Ken also got launched up.
Yeah, I think it was similar to what happened the other time where, you know, when they were at both at 2 stocks and that kind of weird reset happened where, you know, sometimes that's the thing that'll happen is if you have different types of attacks going off at the same time, like an attack that's like the bombs that Game & Watch is using or the hammers, like how they're attacks that are going to activate and kind of just go through no matter what. I think he activated one of those while Ken attacked him, and so because they both technically hit, they both got the knockback. But obviously because, you know, Gaming Watch was so much higher in percentage, he went out first because he had the higher velocity, as you talked about earlier.
Yeah, and with that, we finished the first set of this best-of-3 series. Boise State is up 1-0 versus the Jamestown Jimmies, and we will be back very soon with a brief commercial break.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
We're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We are currently covering the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate NACE Star League semifinals. We are in the second match of best of 3. Boise State is up 1 against Jamestown. It has been a very intense night already, and we are here to get back into the action with the second match to see if Boise State is able to get a clean sweep or if Jamestown is going to come back for the final round.
Well, even if it is a 2-0, I don't think it can be said that it would be a clean sweep.
I suppose that's fair.
Because Boise State got taken down to, what, I believe 4 stocks? I think it was 4 stocks.
Yeah, there was 4 stocks. We had 1 stock left on their second player, and then we did not get to see the final player of Boise State go up against Jamestown.
It's the secret. It's the final weapon. It's the last resort that the Broncos are holding out. And who knows what it might be. We have a slight hint of who it may be, but we'll just have to tune in and see. However, Boise State is going to have to try and find a victory in this second set here of the series.
Yeah, and as we go back in, we would always want to review Doc's keys to the game, as they are the best way to figure out how you should win. So in Doc's keys, in Super Smash Bros., you want to punish openings, look for the 2-frame, win in neutral, and don't forget to taunt. As always, you're looking for opportunities in Smash Bros, and when you do get that win, make sure to show the other team that you know what's up. And as always, Drop-In Gaming is the sponsor of Doc's Keys to the Games. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes in both free and paid entry events and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you.
And both of these teams will have to follow Doc's Keys to the Game if they want to try and succeed. So far, it seems like Boise State has implemented them a bit more cleanly. Maybe it's just better individual skill, better teamwork, better coordination, better knowledge of the matchups. And so they came out on top in the first match. However, that is not to be said that it was an easy victory. And you could be fooled for thinking that these teams are a bit closer matched in the rankings. But Boise State was coming in 6-1 and Jamestown coming in 3-4. So the fact that they kind of pushed the Broncos to the edge maybe makes them think, you know, it's a playoff buff in the series, something like that. Or
experience, just something in the air, maybe. You never know. But
well, I don't know about something in the air. I don't know if it's like PEDs or something, but certainly it seems like Jamestown is putting up a very good fight. And I think even if they are not victorious here, that they can be very proud of the performance that they have done today.
Yeah, they've definitely pushed Boise State up into the corner in the last match. So do you think there's anything that they should do specifically, like change up their strategy-wise, to actually get the win on Boise State here, as they were pretty close? So feels like there's only like a few things they might need to correct. What do you think, though?
So I don't think at this point there's very much that can be changed. I think a lot of that is maybe you don't let Mario push you off the ledge 17 times. If you think about it, like it was like 4 ledge plays off of the Mario. If you count for that 4 ledge plays, then maybe Jamestown actually wins that round. Maybe it was a 4 stocks to 0 left. And so maybe it's just like playing a bit more cleanly, something like that. And Boise State just needs to keep on doing what they're doing because it seems to be working. And Jamestown just, you know, it's like it's a game of inches. Just needs to, I don't know. Be luckier, I guess. I don't know. Win more. Don't get stalked or don't get KO'd.
Yeah, they definitely were playing the edge game, but now we're going to go back in with the same matchup we started with before. It is Captain Falcon versus Little Mac. And as we get into this, BSU is already on the offensive there, pushing up towards Little Mac. However, Little Mac responds in kind, but does get launched off the side there.
So it actually seems like the Jimmies are starting out Little Mac as opposed to Bowser the first time. Maybe they want to take more stocks off this Captain Falcon, maybe even get all 3 stocks. This KO is not having the opportunity to be used quite yet. Whoa. Psych. And it looks like this Captain Falcon will get the stock taken off. However, Captain Falcon responds in kind, and now it is a little bit of reset, 2 stocks each.
Ooh, nice shield from Captain Falcon there, allowing him to retaliate, getting the first percentage on these new stocks. Little Mac waiting below, just trying to get a couple shots off. They're just going back and forth right now. However, as I was about to say, Little Mac is now at a disadvantage, or was, until he got off a nice solid punch, launching Captain Falcon into the air. It's now 88% versus or 77%, with Little Mac at KO zone now, able to launch the Captain Falcon. No, sorry, Captain Falcon launching Little Mac off the side though before he gets to use it.
Yeah, so that KO will not be used. It looks like, I don't know, was that the people's knee? Some anatomical body part of Captain Falcon was used to launch Little Mac off the stage. And as we say that, it looks like we have a little bit of a repeat of kind of what we saw on the previous stocks. It looks like it's basically a reset here, 20%, now up to 40%, 55%. And now this Little Mac is taking damage that he cannot afford to take. This is not good. However, again, this Little Mac just is almost at KO. He's in KO. This could be very dangerous for this Captain Falcon. The KO will actually miss. And now the Captain Falcon is getting a lot of damage off of this Little Mac. This Little Mac able to recover, is able to.
Ooh, Captain Falcon, though, is not letting up as he launches him off the side once again, trying to go for the edge guard, but Little Mac beats him to the ledge. Gets launched off once again. He's now in dangerous zone there with his percentages. If Captain Falcon gets a good shot off of him, it could be the end. However, he does have to be careful since Little Mac has such powerful percentage damage there.
160% here on this Little Mac. Oh. And that is the knee says goodbye to the Little Mac. Little Mac wiped off the face of the earth. However, did take 2 stocks off of this Captain Falcon. So kind of starting out the same way as the previous set.
Yeah, so instead of the Bowser this time, they did start out with Little Mac, which ended up giving Diggle about the same amount of trouble. However, he was able to finish it off a bit quicker in the fight. We had quite a few trades, so now Boise State is up 1 stock currently, which is not the best place for them to be. So do you think that Jamestown is going to keep switching up their characters there? Because we saw Little Mac a second time. Like, he was the second character last time. Now he's the first. Do you think we're going to see
I think we're probably going to see the I think we're going to see the Bowser. I think we're going to see the Bowser just because the Bowser, I believe, took 2 stocks off of this Captain Falcon. They want to get rid of this Captain Falcon because if Captain Falcon is allowed to be unperturbed against lighter characters, these lighter characters go flying, and then next thing you know, you've lost all your stocks. And even if you get him out after he's taken 7 stocks, then you're down 7 stocks.
I mean, we didn't give him the nickname, give him the little, move nickname, the People's Knee, for nothing, man.
Is that a nickname? I thought that was official.
I mean, I think it's official at this point. I mean, we started it, and it just has kept going. So I think at this point, if you let that run rampant, it's not going to end well for your team. But the fact that he is starting at 1 stock is very dangerous because although he's a very good player, sometimes it just gets away from you, Every now and then you'll get knocked off the ledge and you just can't recover in the way that you would want to. And so it could go down to something else, but it looks like we're starting off with a very solid Captain Falcon win there.
And yeah, even though it's only one stock advantage here for the Broncos, we've only seen 2 characters be played, 1 on each side. So that stock advantage could shrink. It could even out. It could go to the way of Jamestown. We'll just have to see as actually we have the matchup.
And there's Bowser.
I was correct. It was going to be the Bowser. Just get rid of the stocks because this Bowser was giving this Captain Falcon a lot of trouble. Stock resets coming through.
And I will note, this time, if you look, maybe what we needed for Captain Falcon there was the color change because he was playing green Falcon earlier. Now he's in the pink that we see him with a lot. But as we go in, Bowser starts off with a Flame Breath, but Captain Falcon's able to dodge around it and launch him into the air there. Ooh, already getting him off the side. Luckily, Bowser's waiting and starts trying to get on the offensive as well.
Jack Black having a little bit of trouble against this Captain Falcon, however, responding in kind. Just shields all the way across, and now this is basically evened up. Actually, will be an advantage towards the Bowser, and this Captain Falcon is taking a lot of damage. Will actually not get charbroiled quite yet, but he's getting knocked up. This might be an early grave for this Captain Falcon.
Cautiously holding the edge there. Bowser tries to go in, but he messes up and now has to just dance around the edge there. Captain Falcon wants to go in for the kill, launches him off once again, tries to go in for the punish, but Bowser dodges him pretty quickly. We're now back at a more even middle stage. Ooh, tries to go for Falcon tries to go in for the KO there, but Bowser counters him. We're still about even. Bowser's a heavy character, so it's going to be an uphill battle for Falcon here.
But the Captain Falcon, I think, would actually be pretty happy if he can't get his stop. No!
No! He couldn't recover!
Hey, that's a 1-for-1 trade, though. So I think if you're Boise State, you take that at this point. Like, you kind of accept the fact that Captain Falcon is going to have a very difficult time against this Bowser. You sub in. I'm trying to remember who the Broncos' previous the next character was. It wasn't the Mario. Was it the Mario?
Yes, because it went Captain Falcon against Bowser, and then Little Mac, and then Little Mac against Mario, if you remember. I think.
Right. Because
Yeah.
he took out the Bowser. So he actually did take out the Bowser.
But
so
got taken out by the Little Mac because
Little
the
Mac,
3-1
yes.
stock. And then Mario went against Little Mac, which is when we saw that just insane, like, just plays there.
Yeah.
So now we're at, most likely it's going to be Bowser versus Mario, but we're not sure because they could do a character sub in here.
Could do character sub, but it actually looks like Mario Sice is setting up. So we actually probably will see this Mario coming through. Mario versus Bowser, the Nintendo matchup.
The age-old fight.
Canonical in light. We're going to have Chris Pratt versus Jack Black.
Oh, no.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Okay, speaking of the movie, I will say, Jack Black as Bowser, I really love that. I do not. Oh, it's so
I do
good.
not.
It's so good.
Yeah,
I
the
was
animation looks very good. Looks very
man.
fantastic, and I think Mario Sice will have a very... Well, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think Mario Sice will do very well against this Bowser. I mean, if the Mario games are to be believed, Mario seems to have beaten Bowser like, what, 17 trillion times at this point?
Maybe the princess will be in this castle.
The
and they'll
princess
get the
maybe
win.
will be in the castle. The princess being a
Nice win.
series win, sending Broncos to the divisional final of the NACE Star League. We'll just have to see, as we still have a little bit of coordination going on, a little bit of communication. Actually see a lot of these players just talking. Yeah, it looks like Mario Sice is setting up, getting the controller ready, getting the headset ready, getting locked in. Getting ready to deflect, getting ready to water cannon, getting ready to be a nuisance, honestly.
Yeah. Do you think that he's going to have any trouble against this Bowser? Because this Bowser has been pretty troublesome for the Falcon. Do you think Mario will have some problems with that as well? I mean, Mario is a lighter character, so it could be potentially dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, if you let the Mario, if the Mario gets in range of the Bowser. However, I'm just going to be funny here. Mario just pulls that switch and makes the bridge disappear, and then Bowser falls in the lava. The lava being the ledge this time. Maybe. I mean, maybe that could happen. I don't actually know if there's a Super Smash Bros. Stage like that. I don't think so.
I don't think there is. That would be cool, though. Imagine having a Mario, like an old retro Mario themed stage. That'd
Mario's
be interesting.
castle, yeah.
I mean, because there is a castle one for like Peach's Castle, but it's not the like the retro game.
Yeah, it actually looks like we will have Bowser versus Mario.
The age-old fight here as we get into it.
Yeah, Mamma Mia. This is going to be Fireball versus Fire Breath. And we'll have to see which flame is more successful. Jimmy's with the stock reset. 8-9 here. Boise State is up one stock. We'll have to see how this goes. It looks like just a little bit of posture in on both sides.
Yeah. Mario gets the first hit in, but Bowser quickly follows it up with a solid shell spin into another shell spin, knocking Mario off the side. Mario has to carefully recover there as Bowser is waiting with the fire. Ooh, not able to dodge it completely, as now Bowser has had a solid lead. It's a little bit closer now. Ooh, but he does get a solid grab attack off. Mario once again having to wait at the ledge for the fire, able to use his iframes to get past that and onto the ledge above him.
Yeah, this Bowser is just kind of slamming this Mario so far, getting the advantage about twice the percentage here on the Mario than in Bowser. Bowser just slams him again, and what is this, the WWE? This Mario is not actually able to find any successful attacks on this Bowser quite yet, and the counter and the knockout, and now this Bowser is just devastating this Mario. This heavy character is just not going anywhere, but this Mario is going off the stage.
Yeah, another solid attack there from Bowser. He is in 80% range. Not super dangerous from Bowser, but it's not helpful as he's not able to land any attacks on Mario there as he just keeps kicking him up into the air. Solid shield and counter once again, knocking Mario away and getting a solid grab attack off there. Mario's now at 45%. it's going to be a little bit more dangerous for him as he keeps just getting launched off the stage again and again by this Bowser.
Yeah, are we sure the stage is not tick-tock clock? Because this Bowser has the perfect timing on these, getting these counters, on grabbing and basically RKOing this Mario. And now this Bowser is at 100%, but so is this Mario.
And it's way like more dangerous for Mario to be at 100% than it is Bowser. For Bowser, he can just kind of shake it off as he does manage to get KO percentage, knocking Mario to the 2-1. He now has the advantage here, although he is a lot higher in percentage, so if he does make a couple mistakes, Mario might get the launch here.
So now this is actually, I believe, the first time that Jamestown has taken a lead in this series. The Fire Breath actually will burn Mario. It's a little bit of missed timing there. And now this Bowser's at 143%, but he's still not going anywhere. This Mario is just desperately trying to take this stock up, trying to even it out, and the timing will not be there. The Bowser just, you know, slams the shell down. Oh, I've seen this one before, and this is more Flame Breath. Okay, good timing on the Mario to not get roasted, but now this Bowser is looking for lethal, might actually find it, knocks up Mario at the fireball, and now this Bowser actually will grab and will KO the well, yes, will KO the Mario.
We just had to go with the cinematic KO. So, Bowser versus Mario. Unlike the games, Mario was unfortunately defeated there, giving Jamestown the lead for the first time, like you talked about in the game.
So yeah, Jamestown, I believe now with a 2-stock lead.
Yeah, because Bowser ended with, because they're both the second character, so yes, 2-stock lead.
Not insurmountable for either side. However, if you're Jamestown, you have to be feeling comfortable. You've already shown that your Bowser, whoever is playing that Bowser, is doing a very good job, is playing to the character strengths very well, just being such a heavy menace. Anyone who tries to get close to this Bowser is getting either, you know, charbroiled, getting roasted, getting cut up by the spiky shell.
Countered, comboed. He's pulling out all the stops right now, man. And I will say, I really like him. He's playing my favorite Bowser skin. I love playing Bowser. So I saw Red Bowser, and I was like, oh, yay, my favorite.
Bowser.
I love Red Bowser.
We have a little bit of caster bias. No, I'm kidding.
I can't help it. He's my big lizard boy. I love when he grabs people. It's so much fun.
I was about to mention, it's hilarious when the Bowser just comes out with the pile driver and just like, whoop.
Oh, it's such a fun move, like, because you don't have to do anything for a little bit. You just get to watch Bowser go, oh, I got you now, and then he just goes, and you just get to watch him fly in the air and slam someone down.
Yeah, so
it's such a huge percentage increase.
So it's fun if you're the Bowser player. If you're the other player, it's probably not very fun to have no agency, getting a huge amount of percentages taken, and then, you know, you just get slammed. That is not fun. And the Broncos will try to find some way to counter. I believe this is Season Curly's coming in, and we will have to see what character that they pull out.
Yeah, they're currently carefully debating what they're going to do here, as they are down some stocks, so they got to be careful, and they want to plan this out accordingly. Do you think there'll be any changes for this next character? If I remember correctly, after Mario, it was... wow, my brain.
Yeah,
blanked.
it was Ken. It was Ken.
Yes, it was Ken. Thank you, production.
Yeah. I don't actually know if you can like swap characters in between sets.
I mean, you can kind of. I mean, I think it depends.
You can swap the rotation.
You can swap the rotation.
I don't know if you can actually swap the characters.
I don't know. I can't remember because I've seen different variations of that. But sometimes that's also just because we've done like skirmishes, so it could be different. But they could switch the rotation out, which means either we're going to see Gaming Watch or Ken come out.
But I think we saw Season Curly's last time too. We didn't actually see Leodog, the fourth and final leg of this race. So I think we're going to see the same thing. And yeah, it's Ken. Ken versus Bowser. And we're going to see the battle of, we'll see if the Shoryuken can actually defeat the Flame Breath. We'll have to see.
Bowser's going to reset here. He is at 2 stocks there. Getting ready to set up. So a couple taunts. Shoryuken is thrown out, but Bowser responds with his Flame Breath, getting the first hit. It's not a lot of damage, but it's what he needs to go in for the shell attack there.
The Broncos are already showing that they have a tremendous amount of difficulty. Oh no, oh, it's already happening again. Tremendous difficulty dealing with this Bowser. This Ken is just getting the percentages racked up on him. This Bowser only has 10% on such a heavy character. That means nothing. This shell spin is just coming through with the Flame Breath. Actually won't find anything.
Oh,
It feels so frustrating to watch here, just watching this Bowser get away with murder, getting slammed, and already this Ken has a stock taken up, and now the Broncos are starting to sweat as they are now 3 stocks down, and this Bowser is just being an absolute menace.
Yeah, the stocks are now even. Bowser's at 40%, but he's still got a long way to go before Ken's going to be able to keep him out, especially if Bowser keeps getting grabs like that on him. Bowser's just kind of taking the high ground, jumps down to launch towards him with the Flame Breath there. He's now at 80%. Ken tries to retaliate, but Bowser is just like completely reading him, getting the counters as he gets another KO percentage launch there.
Make it stop. Oh my, this is brutal. This is brutal to watch. This is a beatdown. And at this point, I think if you're the Broncos, you have to think about your next character, who you're going to play. Maybe you can get another stock off of this Bowser, because if you can get rid of this Bowser, maybe you have a better chance, assuming that the other players or characters are a little bit weaker in the matchup because they can't play the Bowser again. But Season Curly's and Broncos just overall are having so much difficulty playing against this Bowser.
Yeah, Bowser still has the upper hand here, like with 2 stocks. Ken's trying his best right now to counter him, but every time he gets close, Bowser just catches him with the shell attack and once again launches him off the side. We're now even in percentages. Ken's got a huge hill to climb, but he does get a couple more percentages now. It might turn in his favor if he can get a couple shots off and launch him off the side here. Oh, and there he does.
So that is a stock taken off. That makes things infinitely easier, because now, even if this Ken will fall in this matchup, which, you know, getting knocked up and at 106% versus Bowser makes it seem like it's very likely. It makes things much easier for the next character, for Leodog, even if it is an uphill battle. This Ken is just getting shredded, is getting roasted. Will get smacked, actually will not get KO'd quite yet, but this Bowser is gonna roast, and that's actually an uppercut right through. That was very nice, and now it is a 1-to-1 stock battle. But this Bowser has literally 100%. Oh, well, as I say that, Ken gets a nice amount of damage. And now we'll have to see how this ends.
Yeah, Ken is getting a couple combos off there. Bowser backs off and gets his shield up and is able to launch Ken off the side. Unfortunately for BSU, it is now 3 stocks to 7 stocks. They have not completely knocked out the Bowser yet, but they've gotten closer, allowing their final player to hopefully be able to knock him out before Jamestown can run away with it here.
Yeah, this is when you need to, what's the word? You need to start playing like Enter Sandman or something. Set the scene, get the smoke out, get the lights, and just get the setting. And then you have your final player, I believe it's Leodog, come out, and then Leodog's known for King DDD, so maybe we will see King DDD, no guarantees. However, a little birdie has told me that is probably going to be the case. And so we're actually going to see that final matchup. This maybe battle of the 2 heavy characters, and maybe this will be what Boise State needs.
Yeah, a heavier character could definitely benefit Boise State here, allowing them to kind of even it out, because Bowser's just, his biggest advantage has been that he can just take so much damage, and it doesn't really matter what's going to happen to him, because you have to get him above like 120, 130 before it even becomes a big problem, unless you're able to throw him off the ledge and punish it. And so that's been the biggest struggle for Boise State against him, is they just don't have the characters that can get enough damage quick enough before Bowser grabs them, and especially because he's been like reading everyone's minds there. Anytime anyone got close, he was immediately on the shell spin, knocking him up into the air, move him around. He just had total field control. So what do you think that Leodog will have to do to actually like shake up this Bowser, regardless of what character he plays?
I think it's just going to have to keep this Bowser at an arm's reach. Don't let this Bowser grapple you. We've already seen how that works. Don't ever try to like recover from a ledge, because you're just going to get roasted. We actually will see the King DDD battle of the heavy characters here. Kirby versus Mario characters. Which franchise?
Battle of the villains.
The battle of the villains. Who will be more successful? We will see the stock reset happen.
Little taunting as it begins. We're now in the 3-to-1. King DDD is going to have to just kind of wait there. They're both setting up, taunting, and the match begins now. Both of them just kind of assessing, trying to keep some range. Bowser gets the first hit off, but DDD is quick to respond, keeping Bowser at arm's length here with the spikes and trying to grab him. Does manage to hit him and get some more percentage. However, they're staying pretty even right now. Ooh, tries to throw him off the side for the punish. Almost pulls it off, but Bowser's able to quickly launch himself back off to the side and get the grapple, keeping King DDD at a disadvantage here, though still unable to really break away just yet.
This Bowser is getting the percentage racked up, though, and remember, King DDD has stocks to spare. Not that Boise State wants to lose him, because, again, they are down 4 stocks at this point. However,
Bowser gets a solid attack off there. Tries to counter it, but DDD is just keeping him at a distance with these spikes, back and forth, knocking him off the side. He's at 100%. He could definitely be KO'd by DDD right now if he's not careful. DDD is also in the danger zone, but like we've talked about, if they don't keep him, if he keeps him at a distance, he should be okay here. Tries to launch another spike, grabs it, and is able to launch Bowser to the other side. Tries to ledge guard, but Bowser bides his time and is able to carefully keep himself. Oh. Close recovery there for DDD.
Oh my goodness. This Bowser.
Oh no, the stone.
Oh no.
No!
No!
Oh, unfortunately for DDD with the stun there, Bowser was just able to kind of move him over to the ledge and get the first stock. But
okay, and the Bowser will get taken out. But now Boise State only has 2 stocks.
oh, that I think DDD had that in the bag there if the stun didn't go off. But they still won. He's just now down to 2 stocks. It's going to be a dangerous game for Boise State. It's 2-6 now. He's got to go through 2 characters, Game & Watch and...
It was Game & Watch and somebody.
We just talked about this,
too. Our memories are so bad.
There's so much going on. We're just losing it.
Yeah, we're in the current moment. Yeah, it's Game & Watch. We saw what? Little Mac. We saw Bowser. Game & Watch. Cloud.
Cloud, that's who it was. Cloud. Ooh, Cloud could be dangerous for DDD. He's not as light, and he has good range, so it'll be interesting, though Leodog really loves his spikes, so I think he'd be a good matchup for the Cloud, able to keep him at a distance or catch him off guard with the swallow ability and launch him off the side there, as he really loves to do, and get the punish.
Yeah, the thing is about those spikes, though, is like they can be like kind of inconsistent, too. They can be an unseen threat, and like they are so dangerous if you get ledged, because like one of those spikes just like
if they bounce right
and like it disrupt your recovery, then that's a stock lost, and then it makes things much easier. Obviously, Leodog cannot afford to make any mistakes, otherwise Boise State will drop this set and it will even up the series 1-1, but only time will tell. This is where legends are made. Or this is where the series gets evened up.
I mean, after all, like, Boise State is up 1, so it's not the end of the world if they lose this matchup against Jamestown. However, they definitely don't want to go the 3rd game because, of course, every game that you go, you learn more. It's a little bit harder because you're just evening out. People learn all of your tricks, and especially now, they know about the DDD, and so it's going to be a lot harder for them to really keep any surprises from Jamestown because they've seen everything now and they've played them twice, so it's going to be a lot harder. However, Boise State gets the same advantage. It's just the longer you go, of course, the fatigue and the dangers, and it looks like it is going to be Mr. Game & Watch versus DDD.
So it will be the battle of 2 very annoying characters, at least in my opinion. Maybe I'm a bit biased in saying that. Yep, the King DDD will do the stock reset, and now we just see
both kind of poking, waiting, doing some shields and dodges. No one's managed to hit percentage yet, and as I say that, DDD gets the first attack. Game & Watch tries to follow through, but DDD is able to just get a lot of nasty attacks. Game & Watch counters the spike, though, and launches it at DDD.
Yeah, and both its characters really have met at their final destination.
Wow, okay. Anyway, Game & Watch, currently about 20% difference between the 2.
I'm sorry.
DDD gets launched off the side. That one was actually kind of funny. It took me a second to register. Let's see. Ooh, 4% difference right now. Game & Watch tries to go in for a attack, but he gets swallowed. DDD tries to launch him off the side, but Game & Watch has that quick upward attack, allowing him to then counter the spike. DDD recovers.
Yeah, this DDD is going to have to be a bit more creative than just spamming his spikes. Or maybe not as I say that. Just kidding. Just kidding. Spikes is all you
more
need.
Creative about the spikes, proceeds to just aggressively use the spikes.
Well, hey, it needs to be more creative with using the spikes. Let me correct myself.
It paid off.
It paid off, you know.
Oh, the counter though, gotta be careful.
Yeah, counter shields coming through.
DDD does not want to lose a stock here, but Game & Watch is trying his best. More spikes coming out, solid hammer attacks, launching Game & Watch near the side.
Oh!
Giving him the chance as he bounces him off the spike there.
Oh!
Nice charge attack there from DDD, giving him the advantage right now. It's now 2-1. Game & Watch is not at KO percentage, but DDD doesn't really care about that right now. Just not letting him take
Oh my
a break.
God!
Launching him off the side again, trying to get the spike combo. Game & Watch is not going to let that happen though again, trying to get a chance to attack.
King DDD is a heavy character though, okay, is able to actually recover. The Game & Watch is not able to edge guard successfully, but this is now 140%. This Game & Watch wants to take the stock out of the King DDD at the very least, but will it be possible? And it looks like this King DDD is trying so hard to knock out the Game & Watch. It's now 100%.
So close.
Game & Watch, can they do it? They will shield that very heavy attack. Will get launched up. That will be a successful shield by the King DDD. And now this is so frustrating to watch. I am on the edge of my seat seeing who is going to win this.
Both players are at death's door right now, just trying to dance around it, but DDD does get a solid launch off, tries to recover, gets the hammer hit! Boise State losing no stocks, is now able to even it up. They're both on the last character here. Oh my gosh.
And the important thing is though, like even though that King DDD was 145%, that gets reset to 0.
Yeah.
It gets reset to 0. So now it is literally a 1 stock advantage. It has been narrowed up. Leia Dog is coming in clutch. And now we have to see if the Broncos are able to close it out or if Jamestown is somehow going to take this King DDD. Because we're gonna see the Cloud. So how do you think Cloud fares?
I think that Cloud definitely has a decent chance against DDD. I mean, he has a longer ranged weapon, which pairs well with the hammer. It'll help him deal with that. I think that the spikes are definitely going to be a problem for Cloud, though, because as always, just if DDD sets those spikes up, it makes it really hard to deal with them. I think that the biggest thing for Cloud, though, is that he has limit, which helps him rack up percentage really quickly, and that's what you need against a heavy character, because every heavy character takes forever to actually launch off the side. I mean, like you talked about, DDD was at like 140%, and he still wasn't getting knocked off far enough that the punishes were coming out. So I think it will really come down to whether or not Cloud racks up more percentage faster than DDD. But what do you think? Too. Kind of in the same camp.
I think if this DDD is successful in not getting hit by these limit breakers, getting hit by limit breaks, whatever you want to call it, just getting hit by these very high damaging attacks, then this DDD will be a lot more successful than I suppose, you know, I forget who it was previously. Captain Falcon went up against Cloud or Mario?
It was Mario.
It was Mario.
It was Mario, and it was... Yeah, it was Mario, and he just wasn't, like, the Cloud was just on the offensive the entire time. He just didn't let Ken or Mario, because Ken was the other character who played against him. But luckily for Boise State, we're going in. However, Cloud gets the first percentages off, which is going to be nasty. However, the sneaky spike there.
Gotta be paying attention.
Yeah. Ooh, gets a solid hammer hit in a spike combo. Doesn't knock Cloud off fully just yet, but Cloud is not in a great spot either, as DDD is just keeping him on his toes there. Ooh, he has limit though, so he's gonna have to look and bide his time for a good spot. DDD is looking to swallow him though before he gets the chance. Oh my gosh, Boise State there swallows the attack, counters, launches the attack, and launches a spike at the same time, launching Cloud off the stage there. Ooh, almost evening up the percentages again too. It's now 2-2.
The 2-2 is literally neck and neck at this point in the final set of stocks here in the second set. And this is anybody's game so far. This Cloud has been taken down. One stock is getting slammed, is getting malleted, is getting spiked, is getting ground pounded, is just getting everything by his King DDD. The King DDD will take some damage back.
Oh, limit is activated. He's going to have to be really careful here on this recovery, but the spike stuck there, saving DDD. There's a 20% difference between these two characters. However, with a heavy character like DDD, that's not as far as it seems, and we're in a pretty dangerous area for Cloud as he gets launched again by a spike. DDD grabs him. This could be what DDD needs. Oh, but the spike doesn't go where he wants. Oh, we're in 143.
I am sweating so hard right now.
Dodges the attack there. DDD now has him on the side as he has to try and recover. Manages to get past the DDD, but he swallows him.
Gets eaten.
Oh, he doesn't quite able to land the combo though. DDD's just waiting. Oh, a nice hammer hit from DDD. It is now 2-1. DDD is still in dangerous percentages, but it doesn't quite matter yet. As once again, Cloud tries to launch him off, but he's not
157%! The spikes are coming through and more damage. Team DDD just needs to use as much economy as possible on this stock. Is slamming, is kablamming this Cloud. And this King DDD is saying, I will never die. Okay, as I say that. But now it's 66.3%. This is literally neck and neck, as close as you can get in this set. And now it looks like this Cloud is trying to bring out limit, but this Cloud is getting. Oh, is the Cloud able to recover? Oh, spike!
No! Well, oh my gosh, that was. I was thrown through a loop there. There were so many emotions. I thought, oh my gosh, DDD, I thought had it immediately as soon as the spike hit. Cloud tried to recover, and then the second spike came out, giving Boise State the win there. It is now, as of course, it's a best of 3. Boise State has won both matches that they needed to go on to the finals here.
They're the division finals. So Jamestown really took Boise State to the edge.
Oh my gosh.
Literally as close as you could get. And that was like, that like ledge play was like anybody's game, and somehow Leodog found the spikes, was just able to do it.
He was like, it is my time, and threw out the 2 spikes there.
No, it's that meme. It's like, that's it. I'm getting me mallet. That was that was Leodog right there. So congratulations to the Broncos. They'll head on to the NACE Star League. I believe Varsity Plus Finals?
Yes.
Division Finals?
Yeah, the Division Finals, which means that if they win their next game, they are the champions of their specific division. They don't go against anyone else. And so this is a pretty big deal for them. They managed to get past the semifinals. It was kind of close there, but DDD just came in and he was like, nah, we're not going to go to the 3rd round. And so thanks to that, though, Boise State played really hard. And now they're going to go on to face, I believe it's Texas Wesleyan. So that'll be really interesting. And they definitely struggled against Jamestown a little bit here, but it'll be interesting to see if that continues with Texas Wesleyan or if they end up being a better matchup. Anything goes in a finals. You never know what'll happen.
I mean, opinions change and perspectives also change, paradigms change. And sometimes, like, getting challenged by, like, teams you thought were not that good or you thought you'd have an easier time against can really be, like, a reality check, kind of be a humbling experience. Not necessarily seeing that Boise State underestimated their opponents today. Definitely not. Obviously, they saw the power of that Bowser, and a lot of these characters were just like going back and forth, and it really was just like pushed to the limit there against that Cloud. Like, no pun intended, but
I like how the one time.
I know.
It was just so organic. You didn't actually intend the pun.
I'm sorry, but I think this is a good experience for the Broncos, and obviously it's a good experience for Jamestown, even if they are not successful. When you're playing against opponents that it can be like such a good confidence booster if you're like, oh, this team is like really good, or I thought they're miles ahead of us, and you take them so close.
There's such a good feeling
it's
about
such a good feeling,
match, you know?
Especially if you're coming in as an underdog.
Yeah, but now that we've seen the aftermath of all of that, such intense battles for every single player there was a lot of good plays from everyone. So who do you think is a good nomination for player of the game this time around?
I think for clutching that deficit, I gotta give it to Leodog.
I know he didn't have a lot of gameplay time at first, but he did such a good job. It would be really hard to think of anyone else. I'd have to say that I think Falcon would be the second, so I'll go with Falcon, so that way we're not on the same person here, because although he wasn't he didn't clutch it, he was the one who had the most consistent just takeouts for Boise State here. And as we go in, We're going to see, it looks like it is indeed Leodog on just his impressive King DDD plays there. And as always, today's player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union. ICCU believes that a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve financial success. Leodog is your Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game, and it is well-deserved. He had so many incredible plays there. Allowing Boise State to win that.
I mean, like, if we're like doing this from a numerical standpoint, statistically, Leodog, just like for amount of impact per like presence in the series, definitely by far had the highest. And I believe we're actually going to have an interview with Diggle, the Captain Falcon player. Was it a pink Captain Falcon player, you said?
Yeah, he did green and then pink.
Green and then pink.
Normally I see pink, so we'll see.
Yeah, I remember somebody I was casting with. It was a pink Captain Falcon enjoyer. I think it was. So I think it's you, right?
Yeah, I think it was me. I remember that. But yeah, we're going to be doing an interview with Diggle, the Captain Falcon player on Boise State's Super Smash Bros. Team in a second here. Are you excited just overall, as we're getting into this, just once again recapping this match? What was your favorite part besides, let's ignore some of the DDD stuff. What were some other parts that you really liked about the match? We've talked about it so much.
Okay. And then obviously the second up would be Mario.
Oh my gosh,
Mario Seiss.
Yeah.
So Diggle, I believe, is actually, we have
he's
Diggle
back there.
in the background. Sorry, we did not see you there. And Diggle, fantastic performance by the Broncos today. What were you guys thinking as you kind of had that deficit coming in to the second set, and you had to have JC, Leodog come in and kind of save your guys' butts?
Well, it was kind of tense. Not gonna lie.
I don't think your mic's on. Oh, it's okay. I can't hear. Okay, I can't hear it, but just keep on talking.
Well, it was kind of tense. We realized that was the biggest deficit that we had in a while, and we had to send in JC with taking on 7 stocks with King DDD. But knowing him, he's a tough player. It's unfortunate that we can't put him in the beginning all the time. He's just outrageously good with how he plays. Definitely one of the best DDDs I've seen, probably in the Northwest. And if not, then he's on the road to that. So we trusted him with getting those 7 stocks, and man, that second game, 3 stocks a game watch, that was perfect. I got so hyped for that guy. I was his hype man that game.
Totally. As you were talking about, that was like one of the biggest deficits you've seen in a while. Like, what did you guys think about that? Like, you had some pretty tough opponents this game, and as we've seen, like, we've beat Jamestown in the past. So what do you think kind of like set that apart? What made that such a tough fight for you guys this time?
I think 2 reasons. One is our opponent improved. They actually got better over time, especially their Bowser. Their Bowser and their Little Mac, I feel like they were the anchors. So it was tough for us to like really take on those players, and I had to take them both. But the second reason was we don't have our usual 4th player being Seth, and we had to use our substitute, which surprise, he actually did very well against that Little Mac player. We got excited for that play, and we're just very grateful that he performed well. Unfortunately, he had a tough game against the Bowser player, but hey, what can you do? Sometimes you're going to play against tough matches, and that Bowser, he's a good player. I'd be afraid to go against him offline.
Yeah, that Bowser player definitely was a menace. However, you guys managed to overcome. So congratulations to that. And I have a very Boise State-specific question. How does it feel to be part of the first Boise State esports Super Smash Bros. Team?
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
Honestly, I'm honored. I've been playing Smash since 2016, and to have it on my last match in my bachelor's, I was very honored for Leodog. I'll tell you what.
Oh, your mic's actually off this time.
Sorry. I wanted to say that I'm actually honored because I've been playing Smash since 2016. So to have played it for that long and to finally been playing it for BSU, especially on my last semester of my bachelor's, I'm very honored that JC asked me to join them, and I'm just happy. I'm just enjoying every moment I can of it. And maybe I'll come. Was it still not on?
Yeah, you're on.
Looks like it wasn't on earlier. Should I just repeat it just in case?
Actually, Oh, it is
It's actually
again.
off this time.
Okay, it's hard to tell from up here, but
Yeah, I think if it's green, it's on. I think there's like a red. If it has the red light on the top, the red light, yeah.
It's low battery.
there. Oh, there we go. Okay,
low
let's speed
battery.
this. Yeah,
Let's
there you
let's
go.
hurry it up. Anyway.
Anyway, final thoughts, real quick, since just anything else you want to say about the match or just in general. You were talking about how awesome it is to be on the Smash Bros. Team. Any other thoughts, just to close out this interview?
I just want to say thank you to everyone in production for just learning the game as well, just enjoying it as we play. Whenever I want to play, I want to make it actually extremely exciting to play. It's why I play Falcon. It's why I play that guy. So thank you for just providing what we have here, and hopefully we can do more to thrive.
Well, I'm glad that you guys like production because we're some of your biggest fans. We love watching you guys play. You have awesome, just incredible plays all the time. We got the good old people's knee, of course, for you. And just every time we get to see any of you guys play, I think the excitement in the room goes up just like 100%. Super Smash Bros. Is so much fun to watch, and we're really glad to have you.
Yep. And thank you, Diggle, for that interview. I believe we are going to wrap up that interview before that microphone loses its battery. But like you said, I am definitely like one of the biggest fans of watching the Boise State Smash team, especially when I get to cast it. I don't know if they could probably hear me screaming over here, just like
yeah.
whenever like any of these hype KOs happen, but it was always so fun. And I believe that pretty much wraps up the Super Smash Bros. Casting for today.
Yeah, I think it was just a really good match. We don't have any other matches to play, so congratulations once again to Boise State. They're going to the finals of their division, which is going to be such a big deal and so exciting, especially because if they get to win for their first year of the program, it's going to be really awesome for them. And as we close this out, we're going to go to the top 5 plays of the game, which, as always, are sponsored by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 job offerings, a $20,000 bonus, and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team to join. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. And once again, enjoy your top 5 plays of the game from that incredible series tonight. Hit by the stun attack, just barely dodging that. That could have been horrible for him. Game Watch now playing it more carefully.
Yeah, Ken forgot that he is not playing Whack-A-Mole. And now at 150%. Whoa, and both these characters got knocked out. Well, it seems like the Jimmies are starting out Little Mac as opposed to Bowser the first time. Maybe they want to take more stocks off this Captain Falcon, maybe even get all 3 stocks. This KO is not having the opportunity to be used quite yet. Psych. And it looks like this Captain Falcon will get the stock taken off. However, Captain Falcon responds.
Back in a more even middle stage. Ooh, tries to go for Falcon. Like, Falcon tries to go in for the KO there, but Bowser counters him. We're still about even. Bowser's a heavy character, so it's going to be an uphill battle for Falcon here.
But the Captain Falcon, I think, would actually be pretty happy if he can't get his stock. No!
But it's a lot higher than Little Mac. Yeah, 108 now. Actually, he is now in lunchable territory as he, almost went out there. He was lucky he was low enough that that wasn't going to actually knock him out, but he's very close.
This Little Mac is just trying to get those ledge recovers. 1 out of 2 will be successful.
Oh my combo! Doesn't knock Cloud off fully just yet, but Cloud is not in a great spot either, as DDD is just keeping him on his toes there. Ooh, he has limit though, so he's gonna have to look and bide his time for a good spot. DDD is looking to swallow him though before he gets the chance. Oh my